You mentioned being black and being gay and being leftist was not a good combo. There were long-standing rumors that Sherman, he was in the closet for the better part of his life.
Yes, he was.
Is this something that was commonly known amongst you guys, or did you just find out in the aftermath?
I knew about it. I knew about it a long time before it came out, yes.
Navigating fame as a celebrity involved in a same-sex relationship in past eras was far from easy. The encroaching fear of exposure hung over entertainers like an ever-present cloud, leaving them vulnerable to public scrutiny. Left with no choice, many stars concealed their authentic selves throughout their careers, and their true identities were shrouded in mystery. Here are a few celebrities who maintained secrecy in their romantic lives. 15. Rock Hudson. A leading man in Hollywood, Hudson was best known for his roles in films like Giant and Pillow Talk. Despite his on-screen romantic persona, Hudson's true sexual orientation was hidden from the public. It wasn't until he was diagnosed with AIDS in the 1980s that his sexuality became widely known. Hudson passed away in 1985, but his revelation brought significant attention to the AIDS crisis.
Good evening, I'm Roger Grimsby. Here now the news. Actor Rock Hudson dead, his year-long battle with AIDS at an end. He was 59. Hudson died quietly in his sleep this morning at his home in Beverly Hills. He was found dead by members of his household staff.
14. Tab Hunter. Heartthrob of the 1950s, Tab Hunter starred in movies like Damn Yankees and Battle Cry. Hunter's studio carefully curated his public image, keeping his same-sex relationships out of the spotlight. It was only in his 2005 autobiography, Tab Hunter Confidential, that he openly discussed his sexuality and the pressures of hiding it during his career. 13. Barbara Stanwyck. An iconic actress known for her roles in films like Double Indemnity and Stella Dallas, Stanwyck's personal life was a subject of speculation. Despite rumors about her relationships with women, Stanwyck never publicly addressed her sexuality. Her private life remained a well-guarded secret until her death in 1990. 12. Anthony Perkins. Famous for his role as Norman Bates in Psycho, Perkins struggled with his sexuality in an era when being openly gay could end a career. He had relationships with both men and women, but kept his same-sex relationships private. Perkins married photographer Barry Berenson and had 2 children, but his struggle with his identity remained until his death from AIDS-related complications in 1992. 11. Lorenz Hart. As a brilliant lyricist, Lorenz Hart wrote classics like Blue Moon and My Funny Valentine with composer Richard Rodgers. Hart's homosexuality was an open secret in the theater world, but he lived a life of deep sadness and isolation, struggling with alcohol and depression. He passed away in 1943, never having publicly acknowledged his sexuality. 10. Ma Rainey. Known as the Mother of the Blues, Ma Rainey's influence on music is undeniable. She was also one of the few early blues singers to address her sexuality in her music, with lyrics hinting at relationships with women. Despite this, her public persona did not openly reflect her bisexuality, and much of her personal life remains a mystery. 9. J.C. Leyendecker. One of America's preeminent illustrators, Leyendecker is famous for his Arrow Collar Man advertisements and numerous Saturday Evening Post covers. He lived with his partner, Charles Beach, who was also his model and muse. However, Leyendecker's sexuality was kept private due to the conservative times he lived in. He passed away in 1951, leaving behind a legacy of iconic American imagery. 8. Dan Hartman, best known for his hit I Can Dream About You, Hartman achieved significant success in the music industry. However, he kept his sexual orientation and HIV diagnosis a closely guarded secret. Despite his fame, Hartman opted for privacy, not revealing his struggles with HIV even after his friend Holly Johnson, formerly of Frankie Goes to Hollywood, went public with his own diagnosis. Hartman died from an AIDS-related brain tumor in 1994, leaving behind a legacy few knew was intertwined with such personal battles. 7. Sherman Hemsley. Famous for bringing George Jefferson to life on television, Hemsley passed away in 2012 from lung cancer at the age of 74. Throughout his career, he never confirmed any romantic relationships publicly, leading to speculation about his sexual orientation. After his death, several of his celebrity friends acknowledged that he had been closeted. Fellow actor and longtime friend Garrett Morris revealed in an interview that Hemsley's sexuality was known among close friends long before the public began speculating. 6. Merv Griffin. The esteemed TV producer and game show host maintained a level of ambiguity about his sexual preference throughout his career. Despite never publicly acknowledging his sexuality, various events and lawsuits indicated that he lived a reserved lifestyle. Griffin was married to Julan Wright, and later linked with actress Ava Gabor, which were seen by many as efforts to deflect speculation. Following his death in 2007, The Hollywood Reporter published an article confirming that Griffin lived a private life as a gay man. 5. Nell Carter, the star of the hit sitcom Gimme a Break. Nell Carter was known for her candid discussions about her personal struggles, including drug addiction and health issues. However, it wasn't until her death in 2003 that fans became aware of her long-term relationship with a woman named Ann Kaser. Prior to this revelation, Carter had been married twice and adopted 2 sons. After her passing, Ann Kaser became the legal guardian of Carter's children, shedding light on a relationship that had been kept private from the public eye. 4. Richard Pryor. The legendary comedian and actor had a complex personal life that included relationships with both men and women.
During an interview with Vulture magazine, legendary music producer Quincy Jones broke some unexpected news, claiming Godfather actor Marlon Brando had a sexual relationship with comedian Richard Pryor. The comedian's widow, Jennifer Pryor, now confirming those rumors, telling TMZ, "It was the 70s. Drugs were still good, especially Quaaludes. If you did enough cocaine, you'd bleep a radiator and send it flowers in the morning." Jennifer said her husband was open about his bisexuality among friends.
His widow, Jennifer Lee, has often addressed rumors about Pryor's relationship with Marlon Brando, clarifying that Pryor had various encounters with men. Despite this, he primarily preferred relationships with women. Pryor incorporated jokes about his interactions with men into his stand-up routines, which many assumed were purely for comedic effect. He passed away in 2005, with his openness about his experiences becoming more widely understood posthumously. 3. Phyllis Hyman. A musical icon known for her powerful voice, Hyman was married once to musician Larry Alexander. However, it was revealed after her death by suicide in 1995 that she had relationships with both men and women. An authorized biography released in 2007 provided insights into her private life, including her struggles with bipolar disorder and depression, which were exacerbated by her romantic and emotional hardships. 2. Paul Winfield. A versatile actor recognized for his roles in Julia, The Terminator, and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Winfield was openly gay in his personal life but exercised caution in his public career due to the discrimination of his time. His partner of 30 years, architect Charles Gillen Jr., passed away in 2002. Winfield himself died from a heart attack in 2004. His contributions to the entertainment industry and his personal bravery continue to be remembered and celebrated. 1. Number 1. Greta Garbo. A legendary actress known for her performances in films such as Grand Hotel and Camille, Garbo was famously private about her personal life. Rumors about her relationships with women, including playwright Mercedes D'Acosta, circulated throughout her career. Despite these speculations, Garbo never publicly acknowledged her sexuality. She remained reclusive until her death in 1990, leaving behind a legacy as one of Hollywood's most enigmatic stars.